Hi, this is Molly Wiles with Team Wiles Home Inspections. My husband Raymond and I have a husband-wife home inspection business called Team Wiles Home Inspections. We would love to do your home inspection or an annual home inspection for you.
Hey, before we get started, I'd like to thank this episode's sponsor, Team Wiles Home Inspections. If you are a realtor or just looking to make sure your most prized and valuable possession, your home, is in great shape, you definitely need to contact Team Wiles Home Inspections. They're a husband and wife team, very professional, kind, caring, and courteous, and they have your best interest at heart. Trust me when I tell you, you definitely want them in your contacts if they aren't already. Look, we should all be doing home inspections every couple of years. I know that I haven't, I'm guilty, but after talking with them, hearing some of the ways that they can save me money in the future by staying on top of the small issues before they become big issues, I'm definitely going to be utilizing their services regularly. Call them, check out their website, follow them on Facebook, click on the links in the description below. Thank you again, Team Wiles Home Inspections, for sponsoring this show. This is Business Stories, guys. We're going to get right into it. Now, we've all been to weddings where everything was absolutely perfect. The tables are covered in beautiful, white flowing tablecloths that seem to dance in the breeze. The flickering, warming glow of carefully crafted centerpiece candles covered with majestic, sweet-smelling flowers that look almost painted with this event in mind. Each and every place setting has a feel of intimacy and individuality, making sure each guest feels welcome and special. All the decorations seem to be artistically sculpted and crafted specifically designed for this one very special day. Now, in order to make this event possible, it takes a lot of hard work from people like my guest today. Welcome to Business Stories, Season 2, The Business of Weddings. This season will be all about businesses and vendors in the wedding industry, and my first guest of the season is the owner of ADR Decor, Danielle Phillips. Danielle, welcome to Business Stories. It is amazing to have you on the show.
Yes, thank you for having me. I definitely appreciate it to be on your show with you.
So, Danielle, ADR Decor, tell me a little bit about what that is.
Yes, so ADR Decor, we are a service and product business in the weddings. We specialize in weddings, but we also do bridal showers, engagement parties as well. We provide decor rentals, setup and breakdown, and then we also offer design and wedding styling. So it will help curate your images, discuss with you, and help put them together in fruition into a beautiful wedding to make your day memorable. We also have products too. So we've been doing unity candles for several years, and we personalize them like rustic or glam type unity candles. And then we also recently added bridesmaids gifts too, personalized bridesmaids gifts and brides gifts. So we had like personalized mugs, personalized makeup bags, and tote bags as well. So great ideas for your bridal party.
So a little bit of everything on kind of the decor platform. Now, what about you personally? I always like to get to know kind of my guests. Where are you from?
Originally from Beaumont, Texas. I moved around a lot. My dad was an engineer, so we just moved around to a lot of different places, and lived in Virginia, Delaware, North Carolina, South Carolina, but lived in Atlanta the longest, which was about 9-10 years, and then I've just recently moved to Tampa. It's been about 5 years now in Tampa, and this is the best place I love. It's hot here, so love hot weather.
Nice. We definitely have that. What was family life? What was it like growing up? Do you have any brothers and sisters?
Family life was very small. I just have one brother. He's 3 years younger than me, and he still lives in Atlanta as well. So we were a close-knit family. Have some extended family that we got to see, but it was mostly just us the whole time.
Okay. Were you into sports or like acting or anything like that?
Mostly into sports and dance. Did soccer all my life and dance, like jazz, ballet, hip hop, and then also did tennis in the last few years of middle school and high school as well.
Okay. And then off air, you disclosed that you're recently married. Congratulations.
Yes. Thank you.
Kids on the way or in the future? Is that something we're looking for?
I do have a stepdaughter, and then we are hoping to have a couple kids in the next couple of years.
Okay, beautiful. What led you to getting into the decor business?
Well, I've always been interested in the wedding industry. I was a little kid. I know we and TV used to have the different reality shows with David Chichura. Well, still has it to David Chichura, but the Platinum Weddings and Lifetime's David Chichura's now, and seeing Say Yes to the Dress. I've always liked those shows, and then when I had friends getting married, I was always help them with planning and designing their weddings. And then when my dad remarried, also helping with their wedding as well. So just something about weddings and making it like one of your biggest days of your life is making it memorable, and just seeing the bride's reaction when they see their decor and what everything their ideas came into fruition, just helping them.
Yeah, and what you guys do is just simply amazing. I mean, you know, the read that I had kind of at the beginning, you know, really talked about a little bit, but as a videographer, when I walk into weddings, you know, the one thing that I really love to see is basically the work that you guys do in creating things that, you know, it seems like everything was intricately designed for this one moment, this one special day. And so what you guys do is just so amazing. And then for me, it makes my job very easy because I have really cool stuff to shoot and put on video. So definitely thank you for that. Who is somebody that really inspires you to do what you do?
I'd say David Tutera. Like, I love seeing his work and his inspiration, like just from the different shows he's had and just on his social media, just seeing it different, how he puts everything together, and the parties he done, the weddings. I love watching and seeing his shows and weddings. Okay.
And then, are you an avid reader? What books have been kind of those base points for you? Like I like to read, and mostly you know, there's some that are the help books and the inspiration, motivation type things. But what are the 3 books that, you know, probably if somebody's looking to do what you do that you've read and you're like, you know what, that helped me?
Well, it's been more inspirational business type, not really wedding related type of books, but like The Power of Thinking Big has been one, and The Purple Cow has been one. So it's reading those, the more like I said, inspirational, self-helpful, so need to think bigger than just thinking small of books.
Yeah, definitely. And those are great. And you know, with business, I mean, even in not even just weddings, but when you're doing a business, it's such a risk, and it's such a hard thing to finally make that decision. Like, I can do this. So you have to have days. I mean, there's days when you're like, you feel on top of the world, and then tomorrow you're like, what was I thinking? So, you know, you definitely have to have those inspirational kind of guidelines to be like, nope, it's normal. Like, let it balance it out and bring it back. So,
and I also do listen, wedding wise, I do listen to different podcasts to help with that. There's like the Wedding Business Bosses, She Creates Business, stuff like that. That also helps.
You know, so where does your passion for this come from? Why do you do this? Why weddings?
I don't know. It's always, because it's never really the same thing. Each wedding, every bride or couple has their own different influences and different style and themes that they want in their wedding. And so that passion is never the same thing each time. And then just be able to, because usually it's a couple's first day or first time getting married. So just helping them, educate them on what you need to do, like what you need. Some people don't really think about like the cake table or welcome table, so like you don't really think about that, which I understand. When I was doing my own wedding, I helped brides on more the decor part, so I didn't really think about like the whole overall process. And I was like, there's a lot more to it when planning a wedding than just the pictures here. So it's a big learning process, and I love helping brides and couples to do that, especially when it comes to decor. Just, I don't know, I love seeing how everything comes together on that big day is what drives me.
Nice. Yeah, and that's, you know, I think one of the things, like I said, being a videographer, you nailed it with, it's always different. You know, some of the themes may be the same, the overall thing is the same, but every person's unique, every style is unique and different. And so every time I do one, it's like, oh wow, that's something I've never seen before. And so I'm constantly inspired or even blown away in some speaks with some of the different signage that's on the walls, or how they did their photos, or, you know, how the bar is set, like some unique thing that they did. And so it's something that you can constantly be creative with, and I think creative people like that. We don't like to be, it's the same thing over and over again. Somebody says template to me and I'm like, oh. So
I understand.
What are some of the struggles with your business that you have, and kind of how do you overcome those?
Some struggles, I guess, when brides or just couples reach out for events that are the same day. So I try to not do more than one event a day. Just try to focus on one, to need time to really create it to be to their liking. So that's been a struggle and just overcome. Just kind of like if it's smaller things like rentals, where I don't have to really think about it per se. You say what you want and I just deliver it, I'll do that. But if it's like 2 setups in 2 days, or 2 setups in 1 day, then I won't do that.
Okay, so just being in multiple places at the same time, you haven't figured that out yet,
right.
how to pull that off. If you do, let me know,
Okay.
because that's definitely a problem I have as well. How big are you looking to get? Are you looking to expand? Are you looking to hire employees and people to help you out? And how soon are you looking to do that?
Right. I do have a staff of about three other people that help me. My husband helps me, and then I have a couple other contract employees that help me as well. I'm looking to expand and hope to be a big company one day where it is mostly rentals and then design and styling as well on the side. And then the e-commerce side with the products, that's an online e-commerce shop for now. So I really hope that can really expand to be like a 7-figure income.
Yeah, that's
That'd
what
be
we
great.
all want, right? Bring me on when you're there.
Yes.
What's it going to look like? Kind of jumping off that question, what's it going to look like when you've arrived, when you've made it, and you're like, you know what, that was what my goal was. We're here. What does that look like for you?
I still work a 9-to-5 daytime job. I feel when I have made it is when I'm able to just work on the e-commerce shop and my service side full time and have staff to work for me to work on different departments like the marketing side and social media side and be able to do the selling side as well.
What are some of the things that you kind of hit on a couple of those things, but like the networking side, what are the things that you found, like how are you networking with people? Are you in social groups on Facebook and social media? Are you a member of any chamber of commerce, anything like that? What are you doing?
I'm a part of NACE. I'm not a member, but I do go to the NACE meetings, and then I'm also the Tampa Wedding Network, Pros Network. So I go to those every month and just network with those vendors and follow up with emails or meet with them one-on-one for coffee or for meals or lunch. And also just keeping in touch with them with the emails, just seeing how things are going and networking with them, and then referring other vendors. That helps with networking as well. Then someone asks for a photographer or videographer, I refer them, pass information along, and let them know that so-and-so passed information to them.
Nice. Yeah, and that's one of the things that's big for me, and I'll tell everybody, like there's some vendors out there who, I'm not going to point out any names, but they feel like it's a competition. And I just feel like there's a place, because we're all creatives, we have a style and an art form that appeals to individuals. And so while there's some competition, it's not really, because our styles are different. So
Right.
I never have a problem where if my style isn't what they're looking for, putting them onto the person who's what they're looking for. Like, I don't have a problem with that. But there's some that are like, no, I have to have all of them,
Right.
even though they know they can't really deliver on what they want.
Right.
So I'm like you a lot, where I think referring to other vendors is huge, even if they're in a competitive field. To
Right.
me, like if I can't be the best at what they're doing, and I'm not what the couple wants, I'm not going to try to fake it till I make it. I really don't like that term. So do you find that, like, are you kind of the same way, where if somebody wants a style that's just not really you're going to point them in the right direction?
Yes, I agree with you. Like I said, a community over competition. I was looking at that on some other Facebook feeds. Some groups have been recently created with like bakers and I can't think right now some other people. But bakers and DJs as well have groups where they are like easily in collaborating in different groups, and like you don't really see that there with much with designer and stylists and planners as much. But it would be nice to have that, be able to have a community group too, where you can just collab and pass along information. But I definitely agree, like when a bride or a couple showed me information and I know it's something that I don't have, or something where that style's not really my field or what I would do, then I do pass it along and tell, oh, this person would be good for you.
Nice. Yeah, I just don't think. I think there's enough room for all of us too. It's such a large industry. People are getting married every year, every day, and so to try to be greedy with it and hoard it all, even knowing that we can't really fulfill what they want to the best of our ability. That's not me. I know my style. I know my limitations. I know my strengths, and so knowing that, I'm going to push off, to others who can do it better than me. So that's awesome to know that you're the same way. What are some of the ways that you are marketing your business? Like, how are you getting your brand out there? Are you, I know you have a website, and we'll link in the description below. But do you web funnel? Do you use social media, and how so?
How I market, I go to like tastings, seeing that at tastings like Michi's Catering has and stuff like that will help, or some bridal shows to market, and also posting on social media. Like I have Instagram Pinterest and Facebook, though, and then I also use the Google My Business and post on there as well. Do you see that Pinterest really helps because brides really go to Pinterest for their pinning of the boards and stuff and see that they're saving different images. So I just try to create multiple boards on there to try to get the brides interested in different things off of my site. And then I do some email marketing as well.
Okay, very nice. So you're doing kind of all the big players. What, if any, and you mentioned a few of them, but are there any other influencers out there that you kind of follow on YouTube or in the podcast? Like, who are those people that you kind of are looking to get to their level as far as being an influencer, if so?
It's like Martha Stewart Weddings. I like following her on Instagram and on Facebook. And so Karen Tron Designs. Love her floral work designs. Is really pretty, and would love to eventually get to her level one day. And Preston Bailey and David Tutera, I like their level as well.
Okay.
Love their work. And
then, how do you share your story with others? Like, what's the media that you use? I mean, do you have a YouTube channel? Is it just the Pinterest and stuff like that?
Yeah, I'm logged into YouTube and have an account, but haven't done anything with it. So
Gotcha.
I think about it, but then I haven't doing that face to face, and everyone see me. I'm still nervous about that. So I have done a little bit of Facebook Live, like a couple years ago. I did a little bit of Facebook Live videos with a wedding planner friend, and we did that, but just we fell off with that. Okay. But I would like to get back into it.
Yeah, and I definitely think you should. I mean, I think you carry yourself very well, so you would translate very well to video, and even if it's just sharing tips and kind of things like that, just ways to really help. Why do you feel, and this is a tough question to answer, but why do you feel you're successful at this?
Having just a passion for weddings, and it's more so what drives me and my perseverance for making their day special and just overcoming that. I know that there's some brides out there for me that like my style, and which I don't have to have every bride or every event, or especially weddings, but just that there are some brides who like my style and that I'm able to help make their day special.
What's that one thing that you want to, when you look at helping a client, helping a couple, what's that one thing that you want to make sure you serve? Like when you serve them, when you provide for them, what's that thing that you want them to take away from it? Like that they know you did this.
Knowing that I made their day memorable.
And then what do you think is, what's that one mistake that you've made? Because we all make a ton of mistakes when we're owning our own business. But what's one, if you can narrow it down to one, what's one mistake that you made that you vowed, you're like, nope, I'm never doing that thing again?
Not asking enough questions when it comes from the couple, and just because there's certain things you need to know, like how much time you have to set up the breakdown, or like their color schemes, and asking like more questions to get a better feel of what they are looking for and to make their day special, and just to know like you have enough staff on hand to even execute the wedding as well.
Yeah, and that's a great one. I mean, that's one that I've probably vowed a couple of times to not make again, because it's just like there's some things when you assume that and then you don't, and you get there and it's too late at that point. So definitely asking, and even for me, I found even trying to force another meeting or something to be able to really make sure that the questions that we asked the first time still apply the second time, because there's sometimes during email chains and things like that where they may have taken an impression of an email and thought we were running in another direction. We never got that impression. So we're on two different paths. So definitely constant communication and asking question of what exactly are your expectations and what do you want, and so on. So I think that's a fantastic one. What's the one thing, and we mentioned it's not really a competition, but what's the one thing that sets you apart from your competitors?
I like to help educate them as well than just talking to them and just kind of leaving them be, because I know that day is a stressful day. So talking to them even like the day of, and just throughout the whole process, like if I'm assisting with the whole like coordinating even, or just assisting period with anything, and if it is one where I'm just setting up their stuff and I'm using their decor, just making sure they're still happy with how it looks and everything. So mostly about educating them and just talking to them like a friend than just like a client.
Yeah. Yeah, that's huge. And, like I said, I'm a big believer in just really setting expectations, but you can't really set an expectation until you know that they know all the variables, and so that expectation's never met. So educating, being able to learn from them what they want, being able to provide the information that's going to happen, and then really helping them along the way. I think that's a fantastic thing that you do for your clients. What is like one of the things, with my company, we have a kind of different, so we offer more like full production stuff. So video, photography, DJ services, photo booth, all that stuff. The hardest part with that is getting leads is very different in every single one of those categories. What has been kind of that way for you to really keep your steady, clientele of leads coming in?
Emailing like right after a show, or right after a show, like emailing the bride or couple, and then like I use Wedding Wire as a lead generation, so make sure I'm sending multiple messages to them, because if they don't respond the first time, just respond again several more times to them to reach out. And I use Thumbtack Pro as well to get leads there with that. And then with social media, people DM me on Instagram or on Facebook. So just making sure, because we all get busy, that if they don't respond the first 24 hours, to keep on reaching out at least several more times to get that.
Okay. And have you found success with things like Thumbtack and Wedding Wire?
Not so much with Wedding Wire, but at least for me,
it's a common thing. A lot of people I've talked to. I was actually just about to purchase one of the more pricey storefronts on the Knot, Wedding Wire, and the negative reviews on how much they were paying per month was not equaling how much they were getting in leads. Like, they just weren't getting a lot of leads, and now it's so flooded with vendors that it's just very hard to stand out. And so all of my stuff was really generated on repeat business, word of mouth, social media with Facebook, Instagram, and then honestly, like, search. I was able to get my company brand high up on the Google rankings, and so people typing in videographer near me helps a lot, at least make the initial contact. Now we're going to move into kind of back into that rapid fire, just a little more about you kind of question. So kind of weird one, but what's your favorite word?
Blessed would be one. It would be a favorite word.
Okay.
I never really thought I've never had one really asking that question, but I say blessed because in a day that blessed to be living in a free country and just basically able to do different things that we're able to do to try to be entrepreneur, even though I'm still working a 9 to 5, and just be able to do the different opportunities that we have.
Okay, I like it. That's a new one. Nobody's said that one, but that's a fantastic favorite word. Okay, opposite. What's your least favorite word? Another hard one.
Least favorite. Lazy. I guess it's the least favorite. I would not want anyone to ever think of me or call me being lazy.
Okay. So, just more of like relating it to you, not, you don't really have overall hatred of the word lazy. You just don't want to ever be called lazy.
Yes, that's why I try to have all the different entities and services that I have. I just don't want it to be called that. But.
What sound do you love to hear?
The ocean. So one of the reasons I chose to come to Tampa was to be near the beach and the ocean. So hearing ocean waves is my favorite sound. Mm-hmm.
What sound do you hate?
Like that white noise.
The static.
Yes, I'm not a fan of that. No.
It's a good thing we have digital, so it's almost gone. Like, you can't. It's hard to find now. What profession other than what you're doing right now would you like to attempt someday?
Maybe a business coach to other wedding professionals.
Okay, I like that. I can see that.
Thank you.
What's the one profession that you're like, nope, I ain't doing that. I'll hold a hat out on the street. Like, I'm not doing that job.
I guess we have to thank them, the sanitation workers, because there is someone out there doing it, but that's something I would not want to do.
Yeah. Yeah, we love them. We love you guys. You guys rock. That'd be a tough one. Yes. I agree. What is your absolute favorite food?
I have a couple of things. Like I love Mexican food and Chinese food.
It's a very good combination. Have you actually had them, like, they're starting to combine those now actually into one?
I probably
fusion?
have. I know like food trucks are starting to do that thing. I'm sure I have at a food truck. I can't remember now.
Like, because I mean, you got like rice from, you know, Asian food and Mexican, so they work well. And yeah, okay. What food do you just absolutely hate?
You know, like Hamburger Helper. I can't. Like, I used to like it as a kid. I used to love it when I was a kid, but now I can't even stand the smell of it.
What is it? Too salty for you? Or you just?
I think because I just had so much of it as a kid that, like, I don't know. Just I can't eat it. I can't smell it. Like, I don't even want to look at the box. I can't. Like,
that's chunky soup over noodles for me, Mom, if you're listening. And my wife does not like tuna casserole for that same reason. Just had it so much as a kid, which I love tuna casserole, but I don't get to have it now because my wife hates it. But for me, it was chunky soup, like Campbell's big, thick, chunky soup that they would put over like egg noodles. Oh, yeah. We had that at least twice a week. I hate it. I don't even want it. Like, don't bring it. If the soup comes into my house, I'm throwing it away. What is your favorite restaurant? And we'll stay locally if we can.
There's one I just recently tried, Boca. I love farm to table type things. In Atlanta, they had a lot of those type of restaurants there. And I'm a really foodie at heart. So, around here, Boca, I love their food.
And where's that located?
I know they just put one out in Hyde Park area or South Tampa, Hyde Park area. But there is one in near between Brandon and Riverview.
What do you like to order there? What do you get?
Well, I had something. I went there only one time and I loved it, but I just only did flatbread, and normally I don't even really do stuff like that. I just do like more bigger things like seafood and stuff, but their flatbread was really good.
Okay, so go to Boca and try their flatbread.
Yeah.
Danielle said so.
Yes.
And when Danielle comes back, she's giving you shout out, so hook her up.
Yes.
What's something you do to relax?
Go to the beach.
Okay. Do you have any particular favorite beach you go to?
I like Treasure Island and St. Pete.
Okay. What is something that you're not very good at?
Can it be anything? Like,
absolutely anything.
I'm not good at basketball.
Okay. Do you still try to play basketball?
No.
You don't even try. You're like, I'm not good, and so I'm done. I'm not even gonna play. Get that stupid ball.
I'm not good at bowling either, but I do try bowling.
Okay.
If we're friends.
You don't have to be good at bowling. Yeah. Bowling's fun if you're horrible. My kids still have fun bowling, and they're not good.
I just ask everyone to not watch when I throw the ball down the pit.
Or you just act like you're doing trick shots.
Yeah.
Like, I know it's a gutter ball, but did you see? I did it with my opposite hand. They're not paying attention. What's your favorite movie?
One I love to see when it always comes on is Pretty Woman. Like, I don't know why, but I guess because it has kind of a fairy tale ending. But I love Julia Roberts one. I think she's a great actress. And then just how it starts from the start of it and to the end, where she ends up being with Richard Gere at the end. I can see that movie all the time.
Okay, that's a good one. What? Along with that, who is your favorite actor? Is it Julia Roberts?
Yes, favorite actress. Well, yes, favorite actress would be Julia Roberts.
Okay. Do you have a favorite actor?
Robert De Niro.
De Niro, nice. What is the best show on television right now?
Power.
Okay. So are you binge watching Power when it's on, or you're already caught up?
Caught up, and they just had their first show this past Sunday, and that's just one of the shows very addictive to me. I'm glad it's back on again. Sad it's gonna be the last season, but
yeah, that's horrible. They go so good, and then it's just like, oh yeah, by the way, we're done. Like, what? Now what will I do? That's an hour out of my week. Who's your favorite comedian?
I have a couple, and then kind of two different types. But Cat Williams and Kevin Hart.
Okay. Yeah, love both of them. Actually, was just watching Kevin Hart today talking about going whitewater rafting. It was absolutely hilarious. But he just kills me with how afraid of everything he is. And he's like, nope, don't care. And like, it's like my wife was in the water, and like I got to the shoreline, and I could hear her calling me, but I was like looking the other way because if I knew that she saw me, then I was gonna have to go help her. I'm like, honey, where you at? What is the best advice somebody gave you, kind of along your journey?
keep pressing on. There will be low times and there will be high times, and just don't give up. That there is a niche and for everyone, and there's a spot for someone to get successful. So just keep on moving, to keep on pressing on.
What's the best advice that you would give for someone who's looking to get into the wedding industry, specifically with what you do, but just generally in the wedding industry?
To do a lot of networking and to email marketing. If you keep those two, and then Pinterest, to stay on Pinterest constantly and steadily will help grow.
Okay. And what's a great referral for you? So somebody comes up to me, they're talking about, doing decor. I know they're getting married. What are the keywords I'm looking for, and what are you looking for as a client?
Couple that's looking for someone to help create a big vision for their decor, help to make a special day. It's an easygoing couple, really. I know everyone would like that, but
So Danielle wants a fun couple, easygoing.
Everyone wants one of
no
those.
bridezillas. Bridezillas, stay away.
That's about everyone wants one of those, but just ones that would like to have a nice. I seem to be drawn to a lot to the clean, rustic, greenery type, open air type weddings and themes, styles like that. So I love greenery type style weddings.
Okay, beautiful. And then, how do they get in touch with you? So they wanna go check out your site, to kind of see what you're about. How do we get in touch with you?
Yes, they can visit me on my website at www.adrdecor.com, and I'm on Facebook, Instagram, and Pinterest at adrdecor.com, or ADR, Decor.
Awesome. And then, like I said, we'll post links to all of her sites in the description. So just click on those, go to her site. Look, if you guys are looking for any kind of decor, go check out her site. I invite you to go check out her site. It's absolutely amazing. The personalized, candles, the glass vases, the stuff that they have on there is just absolutely amazing and breathtaking, and it's going to make your day that much more special to have her a part. So definitely go check out her website. Go on Pinterest. Go on Facebook. Make sure we're always we're going onto her Facebook page. We're clicking on community, and we're inviting and sharing with all of our friends, because even though you may not be needing our services or her services right now, your friends may be looking for it and you don't know that. So don't be greedy. Share with the community, because she's going to definitely help them out. So Danielle, look, it was fantastic to have you on the show. It was
fantastic to be here.
Yeah,
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely amazing. And I look forward to seeing some of the great work that you're going to be doing in the future, and hopefully we get to work together soon.
Yes, I hope so too. Thank you.
Hi, this is Molly Wiles again with Team Wiles Home Inspections. My husband Raymond and I have our home inspection business, Team Wiles Home Inspections. We wanted to remind all you homeowners out there that you may want to have an annual home inspection. Even the most vigilant homeowner can from time to time miss small problems or forget some routine maintenance. Please let us help you.